Geza Nadi Kemeny and his family are the rightful owners of this Transylvanian castle. But they're unable to move into the 400-year-old property because it's being used as a psychiatric clinic. The government handed back ownership of the castle 50 years after its seizure by the state. Clarification of property rights was one of the conditions for Romania's EU membership. But Nadi Kemeny is still fighting for his property rights.
We're the rightful owners, but we don't get a single penny in rent from the government. A date for the official handover still hasn't been set by the court.
It's an undesirable situation for everyone affected. The director of the psychiatric clinic would prefer to move to a modern building.
From a medical standpoint, the building's totally unsuitable for treatment. But the mentally disabled were hidden from the public behind the walls of remote castles like these before the fall of communism.
Former secret police members are leading the game of hide-and-seek. Borsec used to be a world-class spa resort. Now it's fallen into disrepair. The method is always the same: delay the handover, allow the building to become dilapidated, and then buy it for a song. Town Mayor József Mick is powerless.
More than 80% of the villas are already in the hands of property speculators, and the process continues. Since the fall of communism, there has been no government support for infrastructure or investment in tourism.
Historian Aladar Farkas shows how Borsec used to look. A century ago, it was one of the most renowned spas in Central Europe, alongside Baden-Baden and Karlsbad. Farkas knows the history of every single building. The owner of this house is fighting a legal battle. But while the case drags on, Borsec continues to crumble.
Tourists still came here before the fall of communism, but in the last 20 years, the authorities and the property sharks have sucked Borsec dry. Privatization involved a lot of corruption.
One winner in Borsec is this company. It owns the mineral water springs and is involved in property investment. Its bosses refuse to speak to us. But the rightful heir, Geza Nadi Kemeny, doesn't have any of the right connections. He's had to petition a court to be allowed to live in the family's old hunting lodge. The case has already dragged on 20 years.
This is the only hunting lodge of its kind in the entire region. It's obvious someone powerful wants it. Someone so powerful, they can even influence the courts.
Anyone who resists faces dirty tricks from the property frauds. Nadi Kemeny has had to stand by and watch as the forest owned by his family is chopped down. No cutting is supposed to be allowed, while the property rights are unclarified.
The illegal deforestation is being approved by the authorities because official documents are needed to transport the timber on rural roads. For me, it's clear. These intrigues can all be traced to the highest political level.
But Nadi Kemeny is not discouraged. He's willing to exhaust every legal avenue, bringing his case before the European Court of Justice in Strasbourg if necessary.